Construction worker. I've worked on all the major projects in this area, and they've all sort of come to an end. So since Christmas I've been unemployed, and about 3 months ago I became homeless. And since I've been homeless I just can't see myself getting into a place because the unemployment benefit is that small and the rent's that high that you can't afford to rent anywhere. It's very hard to look for work when you don't have a place to live.
At the moment I'm sleeping in my car, mainly because I can't afford to pay the average rent here. It's ridiculously expensive. Like, it's very, very common to see 200 and above for a room. There are a lot of people that just can't afford that and other things.
You can't really afford to go to the laundromats and they can't afford to eat properly.
There's so many homeless people in this area, it's unbelievable.
It's a surprise when people come to Byron Bay and they see this beautiful place and they think it's, you know, there's wealthy and there's $1-million homes everywhere, and yet we have the third highest unemployment figures, 17%, and we have the second highest homelessness per ratio compared to Sydney in the state of New South Wales.
After the global financial crisis, I think there was a bit of a change in society as a whole to realise that it's all pretty fragile. Being homeless is something that could happen to anyone.
The cottage came out of discussions that people in the community had been having in terms of how we as a community can support the homeless that are here.
The drop-in centre was started in March 2010. We have up to 80 people a day coming through. I've been told by many people that this is a really unique place to have in the community because it's in a cute little cottage that has a front yard and a backyard and a veggie garden, and it's got the atmosphere of a very friendly, down-to-earth, relaxed little home where they can come and get meals, and it's a warm, inviting atmosphere.
People show respect and courtesy and cooperation while they're here. I've heard somebody say it's like a home away from homelessness.
Like you walk out of your tent and when you get here it's like coming into a warm living room. So it's a main part for a lot of my friends here, and especially socially too.
It really is a great service. It's helped me when I was going through a hard time, when I was camping and it was flooding. To come and have hot showers just, you know, brilliant for me, and to have clean clothes and things like that.
I just think it's a great facility for people, and it's well put together, really good community effort.
It's a wonderful collaborative approach from different organisations in the community. So there's Salvation Army, St Vincent de Paul, the Byron Community Centre, and then the Byron Shire Council has subsidised the rent.
There's about 3 people then that are working full time, but the rest of the time it's run by volunteers. So without that support from the community itself, it just wouldn't continue. There's just no way we could do it. And then there's the donations of food that come.
Brumbies at Byron Bay donate all of our breads. We also have Byron Bay Coffee, who have donated right from the beginning as well. We also have a vegetarian restaurant called the Cardamom Pod, and they donate their leftover dinner, and so we serve it up for lunch the next day.
We used to get a lot of people coming here who were, you know, having a hard time or struggling with different things. Immediately I can just say to people, you know, if you need some food or you don't have any money right now, then go to Fletcher House and you can get what you need.
They have good healthy food, so I mean that's really important too, so they can come here and survive.
We act mostly as a referral service, so they might come in and talk about their homelessness or about their drug and alcohol addictions, or simply just that, you know, they might be lonely or depressed.
Some of our staff comes over, myself, doctors. We come here once a week, and things like this, it does open a lot of doors. And there's no, there's hope for anything really. You don't know what's behind that door, but you got a feeling that you'll get looked after.
People here are very kind and considerate. You can always talk to them about things.
We've had several community members come in and we've been able to book them into either a rehab or a detox, which has been a really wonderful breakthrough in people's lives.
When you're at the cottage, you're on the front line of welfare assistance. The cottage is the only place someone can walk into and say, I need help.
This place is invaluable. Without this place and places like it, people on the street wouldn't be able to survive because, at least you can look respectable. You meet people. You hear of even little bits of work here and there from here.
People have gone from living on the street to actually living in short-term accommodation or medium-term accommodation.
The federal government made a very big deal about homelessness a couple of years ago, and all states have a commitment to address homelessness. But we're not seeing a lot of the funding and the resources trickling down to the regions.
So if the cottage isn't there, then the flip side kind of kicks in. That, we're looking at more desperate people, more difficulties in terms of just that human interaction.
If this place wasn't here, it would make it very hard for people to live.
Well, on a rainy day, there'd be a lot of wet people.
The cottage is definitely a model for other towns because this is not an isolated issue, obviously, for different communities around the country.
They need to keep this going. And I think it's very important in every community, for that support, because we all lift each other up.
It is providing for them their basic needs of love and care and respect that every single person needs to even start rebuilding their life. And we've seen them to start make positive life choices because they've had that basic need met.